mobility challenge. So there are going to be 4 routines a week for you to follow. They're going to be between 10 to 20 minutes long, and they're going to help you improve your mobility. We're going to start easy, and every week we're going to progress on those moves, challenging your end range, making you stronger, fitter, and less likely to be injured. It's a great way to recover between things and improve your sport performance in any activity that you love doing. Looking forward to seeing you guys all there. For today, all you're going to need is something soft to lay on and a ball or a foam roller. So first, with your knees bent, your hands behind your head, you're going to gently curl your spine down and then go into a slight extension. You're going to do 3 at this level here. Once you've done 3 of these, you're going to walk out your feet away from your body, maybe ½ an inch. You're going to repeat 3 curl downs and move the legs out again. Continue to do that until the legs are straight. So next you're going to lay on your back with both knees bent. You're then going to hug one knee into your chest, straighten out that leg, point your foot and then dorsiflex the foot and then relax it back down. You're going to want to repeat this to 10 times. On your last rep, keep that knee straight, and now we're just going to work the ankle. So you're going to point the toes up towards the ceiling and then down towards your shin. Again, repeating this 5 to 10 times with the ankle. We're going to repeat that on the opposite leg now. So straighten out that knee, point that foot up towards the ceiling, flex it down towards the shin, and then bend that knee. You're going to repeat this 5 to 10 times on this leg. On your 10th rep, you're going to keep that leg straight and you're just going to work the ankle, pointing towards the ceiling and coming back towards the shin. 5 to 10 times here. So next, if you have a ball, then great, grab it. We're going to roll out the glute here. You can do this with a foam roller as well. So you can see I'm wiggling that bottom leg and kind of moving around just to find good spots to roll out. Okay. Switching sides, you're going to do the same thing. So now you're going to get rid of the ball. We're going to go onto our hands and knees here. And we're going to perform a cat-cow with a rock back. So what you're going to do is either go into cat or cow, and then you're going to maintain that position as you pull your bum towards your heels. Changing the orientation of the spine there, rocking back, and just working back and forth. So next we're going to go into a dead bug position. You're going to be lying on your back. You're going to take your hands and cross them over. The bottom hand is pressing firmly into the knee, whereas the top arm and that other leg are going to start drifting apart. Make sure your core is tight. Once you've done between 6 to 10 repetitions, you're then going to switch sides. Making sure that your back never arches through this, only working within the range of motion that you have full control over. So next you're going to go onto your hands and knees. Make sure your wrists are stacked right underneath your shoulders. Tuck those toes under, and you're going to barely lift those knees off the floor. You should feel your abs engage here. We're going to hold for 10 seconds, lower it down for a few seconds, and repeat that. Pressing up and holding. After 10 seconds, take a small break. We're going to repeat this one more time. And nice and strong here. You want to keep your neck in a neutral spine. So now you can drop the knee and do a bird dog where you're lifting up the opposite arm and opposite leg. And if this is too easy for you, you can actually go back into that hovering position where those knees are off the ground and perform the same thing as long as you're not wiggling too much. So we're going for 5 to 6 repetitions per side here. So next you're going to stick one leg out in front of you. You're going to reach down, hinging without rounding the spine. And then by pushing that heel down into the ground, your torso is going to go straight up, and then you're going to open the arms up like a T. We're going to perform 5 twisting motions where we're moving away from that straight leg. And then we're going to do 5 twisting motions facing towards that straight leg. We're going to repeat the same thing on the opposite leg. So 5 where you're twisting away from that straight leg, and then 5 twisting towards the straight leg. As you hinge down towards your leg, make sure that you've got a nice flat back, that you're not rounding just to make it look like you're gaining more range of motion through that. So what you're going to do here is go into a pigeon stretch here. So you're bringing one leg up, and then you're rocking that hip down towards the floor. And then walking the arms over, feeling a nice stretch. And then we're just going to alternate legs here. So next we have a little bit of improv here. So just move how your body feels good. I'm gonna start here with my legs crossed over, sitting up nice and tall and leaning forward, feeling a nice stretch into the glute. And all I'm gonna do here is switching sides. Nice and tall, leaning forward, feeling a nice stretch into the glutes. So next what I'm doing here is seeing if I can go into a kneeling position, getting a good hip flexor stretch, and then trying to sit down, trying not to use the hands. Obviously you can use the hands to help out. Going back into that cross-legged stretch. And switching sides again. And then going back up on the opposite side into that kneeling position. Feeling a little bit of a stretch into that hip flexor. Leaning the hips down. Going back into that cross-legged stretch. Switching sides. And going back into that half kneeling position. So you can move however you want through this. The main goal of this is how can you go into a half kneeling position? So how can you get yourself to stand back up and go back into a seated position, and try your best to start doing this without using your arms, although your hands are always there in case you do lose your balance. So now I'm trying to cross my legs without touching my legs, going into that hip flexor stretch, sinking back down, and you'll see I'll do my leg transition here, going into a straddle stance in order to feel a little bit of a stretch into the adductors. And then how can I go into that kneeling stance without being reliant on my arms? Trying to see if you can get that transition smoother every time. And then here, just for fun, I'm just standing up from that cross-legged position, twisting around and sitting back down. Again, just exploring different ways that you're able to go from a sitting position to a standing position, trying not to be reliant on the arms. Well, thank you so much for following along. You guys are already on day 3 for this 4-week mobility challenge. Keep it up. I hope that you're enjoying it. Remember to like and subscribe.